Hey everybody, welcome to 2021. It's our first stream of the year, and we are really excited to be back with you guys. We've had a great holiday, we had a great time relaxing, and now we're back, and not looking at the news, keeping ourselves sane, right?
Trying
to. But happy 2021. Sorry we're a little bit late today. We just got a little bit late started, but that's one of the things you can do when you're not a regularly scheduled program.
Right.
But before we get started, I got a couple things I want to tell you guys. Now we're in the new year, we got a new sale going on. For this weekend only, I've got my How to Paint in Photoshop and How to Paint in Procreate. Those two courses are 50% off. So go on over to creatureartteacher.com and you can get those two courses for 50% off. It's a great savings, and I really enjoy those courses. Those are two of our biggest selling courses, and I think you'll enjoy them if you don't have them already. You'll learn a lot. I'm taking like the Photoshop. I basically took everything I've learned in the last 12 years of painting in Photoshop and boiled it down. So there you go. And then also our other big news that I think we told last time.
I think we did.
I can't remember.
Pretty sure we did.
But I've got a new book coming out. Yeah, we did, because we told it right before Christmas.
That's right.
But I've got a new book coming out, and Nick and I are in the process of putting it together right now. I've got two books actually. One is a big coffee table book, at least 200 pages. We're actually finding tons and tons of artwork.
That's the one to the right, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The one to the left. So that's going to be our Art of Air and Blaise book, Volume 1, because we are going to be doing a Volume 2. We're just finding literally thousands of pieces of art, and so we are in the process. As a matter of fact, Nick and I have a meeting on Monday to start whittling it all down.
Nice.
And then and our second book is going to be 100 drawings, and so that's going to be black and white, and it's going to be 100 of my drawings from my sketchbooks, and we'll be doing that. So check it out. Go to creatureartteacher.com and you can find all the information there on my books. Am I missing anything? Oh, and the other thing I want to mention too, you know, our scholarship program is still happening. The submissions have slowed down, and so I just want to remind you guys that we still have that. We've given out 4 scholarships so far, and it's still going. So we still have a pool. If you have not heard from us yet and you've submitted, don't worry, we have your portfolio. But if you have not submitted, go ahead and put together a portfolio and send it in. Go to creatureartteacher.com/scholarship, I believe it is,
yes,
right? Scholarship.
And you're going to get your scholarship.
And you'll get all the information there on that. And that's a $5,000 scholarship. So it's a nice chunk of change. It's going to help you with your education. And remember, it's not just for college itself. You can use it for online training as well. But we do want to keep it specifically about paying for training, not paying for equipment necessarily, and not necessarily buying your groceries. But we'd like to keep it, you know, there for education purposes. But it's good for online training, and it's good for college education as well. So there you go.
It is quite nice.
Man, I've been slouching or something. My back hurts.
Oof.
But plus I'm 52, so there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So I got a new course that I'm going to be working on in the coming year. We always try to, you know, Nick and I, January is always a busy month for us because we're always trying to kind of figure out what we're going to be doing for the next year. And I've got 2 courses that I want to do because we've had a lot of requests for these. One is, well, I've been wanting to do a figure drawing course, but we've also had tons of requests on how to draw folds and fabric and costumes and things like that. So I decided to kind of blend those two together, and I want to do a figure drawing course, but all the characters are in costume. And so it's going to be everything from superhero tight-fitting garments to billowy dresses and pirate outfits and all kinds of stuff in between. And so we're just getting in the process of planning that. And I'm going to draw that today. I want to do one of the figure drawings that I had Vedanta, my lovely Vedanta pose. And we just ran out back today because I haven't really shot anything yet for the course. And I grabbed my camera phone, and if you... Oh, you got it up there?
Yeah, just pulled it up.
And I just had her pose. And one of the things I want to do is I want to do thick material and thin material too. So she had this faux fur stole that's nice and thick material that you could wrap around her shoulders, plus some, very thin, sheer, billowy fabric as well. And so we're going to use some of that as reference and draw today. And let me see if there's anything else I need to cover. You know what I forgot to do, Dustin?
What'd you forget?
I'm going to go run into the kitchen. You're going to entertain them for 5 seconds while I go grab a water.
All right. Mind if I tell them about my little plan for the year?
Go for it.
So later this year, hopefully in the next couple of months, as we're doing these courses, as Dad just announced, I'm also going to be doing my own course that's going to be presented on the site. It's going to be Introduction to Photography. So it's going to be talking about the triangle of exposure, the ISOs, shutter speeds, apertures, how all that works, how the camera works, the comparisons between different kinds of cameras, and just going to be talking all the very basics of need-to-knows about photography for those that want to get into that for their own artwork down the line. So definitely very excited for that. Hope you guys enjoyed that when I get that done. And here he comes again.
All right, I'm back. I got me a LaCroix. My burpee water.
Your burpee water?
Yeah, LaCroix is burpee water.
Oh, nice.
One of the cool things about... Oh, that's nice. That's a little tangerine. Tangerine sparkling water.
No, just looking at the... So a couple of people, I was told about the photography thing, and some of the people are really like, yeah, it's photography.
That's awesome. Man, something's... I've got some cramps happening in my muscles or something in my midsection. So one of the things I really love about clothing is how forgiving it can be. Now, you want to think about the figure underneath the clothing, obviously. But it's really interesting what you can do. You can get really abstract and have some fun with shapes. And this is one of the things I purposely tried to do in some of these photographs, is just show you that, you can sit down. Let me pick one out here. I can sit down like so, and I can come in and just really quickly go like so. And we're just really drawing shapes, right?
These some nice shapes.
Draw a couple elbow right here. But really, this is really abstract. You can get away with so much. Look how quickly I drew this. But then, if you get delicate, now get in here, take your time, and draw it right.
By the way, Jesse's on here. Says, hey guys, I miss you guys.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse. Miss you too.
See, then all of a sudden it becomes something, and you start to see the form underneath.
By the way, Francis Gagne says, hi, Aaron. Thanks for this wonderful contest you made with Proco. Makes me happy to do my pet.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I forgot to mention that. We're, what's the date on that? Nick, tell me what the date is on that again. I forget. I think it's February 20... No, that's the other one.
Yeah, because I had no idea we're doing something new with Proco. There's a contest going on?
Yeah, I'm judging it. It's an animal drawing.
Ooh. That sounds like fun.
So what I love about this is just you can see how quickly you can just come in and so you can really get away with a lot drawing quick and rough like this and have some fun with it. Now there's another way you can do it rather than just doing line work. What if we went in and did it with our brushes? So let me add another layer here. And once again, I'm just going to get really rough.
Steve Hawthorne asks, how do you go about shifting through what to include and what not to, since you paint so often?
There we go. What to include and what not to?
Yeah, how do you go about shifting through
a
that?
lot of times it's just, I go by feel, what feels right. And it really is, doggone it, hold on, sorry.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So here I'm literally just going to be drawing shapes. Going a little slow. Let me blow this up. But this is a fun technique, is to just get in and just draw shapes. Just keep them abstract. But as far as how to, where to push and what not to push, and it really comes down to just experimenting, over time. I'm just keeping a rough brush in here. I'm going to let that billow way out there. There we go. And then get like a little green underneath there. Make it bright. Let's make it bright. No, let's keep it dark.
I'm missing any questions here.
Oh, it's January 18th. The deadline is January 18th.
Ah, gotcha.
For Proco.
Martin Berger asks, question, who worked longer? Aaron doing 100 sketches or Dustin scanning them?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad definitely did a lot more work with actually sketching them.
But you can see, you can just come in. I'm gonna combine these layers. And then I'm going to create a clipping mask. Set it to multiply. I'll just come in here and just create shadows.
Oh, okay. So regarding about shifting between what to include, what not to include, he was talking about the books. Regarding the books, and since you have so much content and how you're able to choose which piece of art to include into your books.
Well, it's just us being. It's what we like and what we don't like. I don't know. It's hard. We're going back and forth quite a bit. So here, because I've got a clipping mask, I can just come in and create shadows very quickly. See, this is where with clothing and with fabric, you can get really kind of abstract with it and fun and have fun with the shapes. So here you can see very quickly I've created this really simple shape, but then I can go in on top, and now we can go, okay, let's get this right. The point I'm trying to make here is to get you guys to loosen up and don't worry about, think about the broad picture, the big shapes. I get this sense of like a North American, like an Inuit kind of feel with these clothes and the shapes that I'm getting.
Emma Judson asks, what does a clipping mask do? I've not learned this stuff at all.
Clipping mask, basically just, there we go. It only allows me to draw within the area that I've already drawn. So it clips out everything else. So here I've got this very kind of graphic woman, basically because of the drawing her basic shapes of her body, but getting abstract with the shapes of the billowy kind of clothing. And see here, and you can just then you that's the fun of costumes, especially big costumes. You can get really crazy with them and have some fun with them. So let's do something that's a bit more finished.
Tom Sender asks, is the background kind of greenish, or is my monitor out of whack? I know you usually paint on neutral gray.
No, I made it green on purpose. It is green. So your monitor's just right.
It's green on purpose. Why did you choose green over gray?
I just wanted to have a color in there. So you can see, especially in the drawing part of it, be loose with it. This is the part I really like. I love drawing. And
really, I never noticed.
I know, right? But I want to pick a good one here. There's one here that it doesn't have her hand showing, but I really like the pose. Let's try it anyway. I'm gonna draw, baby. I'm gonna draw with my other brush. A pastel C. YouTube question. Hey, Aaron, which college did you go to for animation? I didn't go to college for animation. I went to college for illustration. Back in this is, 1986 to 1989 is when I went to school, and, animation wasn't a huge industry back then. It was just starting to make a comeback. Matter of fact, Michael Eisner, who had just taken over the company in 1984, as CEO of Disney, he was considering shutting down the whole division altogether because it was not a money-making endeavor anymore. And so I went to school with the intention, I never had any intention of becoming an animator, so I went to school with the intention of becoming an illustrator, a painter, and a painter. I love all this big folds. So you can see what I'm doing here is I want to think about some of the clothing underneath, the form underneath. But there we go. I want to feel like it's all bunched up in here. There. I want everything to kind of bunch in this way. So I got an internship with Disney in 1988, and I went to Disney in the summer of 1988, and that is where I learned my animation. So you want to, when you're drawing fabric as well. Now, granted, I have reference here, reference, but you do want to think about the form, that's underneath. Think about that human form underneath, and you're still going to have to follow, the anatomy. And I know that there's a break in the back right here. If I were to draw her body underneath, I know that the belly comes down here, the back is here, her shoulder is going to be here. Her neck, all of that is underneath there with this big thick thing on top. And once again, I want, and the other fun thing to do with costuming is finding those big simple areas, the abstract. That's what's very cool about, I think, about working with costumes. is it's somewhat forgiving. You want to find certain areas to be very precise in, like the face here. And I'm just indicating just a very simply where the simple features are going to be.
Let me ask, have you seen the Norwegian movie The Troll Hunters?
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved it.
You know, it's a movie that I've never watched, but I finally watched the other night.
No, I don't. That could be anything. That's a broad open question. I don't know what to say to that.
The Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Twitch question. Hi. Can you put the reference image up to the camera so I'll see what's using for reference? No. But what we can do, actually I can do that. But I like to keep my, I don't like to keep all, I like to keep my my documents open like this. Or see, I don't. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but I'll try to do it. If it gets to me too much of a pain, then we're going to change it. But there you go.
Question on the contest: are we allowed to do more than one pet drawing for the Proco challenge?
I don't know. You're going to have to check with Proco.
Yeah, you're not the one giving.
I'm just judging,
rules.
Man.
He's just the judge, man.
I'm going to add some. I'm trying to think what side I want it
on. What's the difference between figure drawing and anatomy?
Figure drawing is taking the anatomy and creating something artistic with it, with the whole form. So to me, anatomy is all the different parts that make up the form. The figure drawing is all the parts come together to create something as a whole and artistic, I think. That's how I would describe it.
Is it comfortable to have the reference over the monitor? Why not have it as a layer on Photoshop?
I don't like it because I don't want to trace it because I want to interpret it my own way, and that's just how I don't want to switch back and forth. So you can see I'll draw through as well to find
Rowan Desalar asks, what costume is this from?
This is just Vedanta grabbing some clothes out of her closet and making a costume. It's kind of cool. There we go. I've got to move this because I usually I'll just pull the reference down for you guys every once in a while so you can see it, but it's next to impossible for me to do this because I like to keep it this kind of, that way if I blow it up, it'll blow up universally all over the place.
They like that extra freedom.
Yeah, sure.
Cora Dawson comments, "Hi guys.
Hi.
I'd like to take a moment today and thank Team Blaise for all the good you put into the world. I've been powering through some of your courses while I'm on break from college, and they are a huge game changer for me. Thank you for your hard work and for all that you do."
Thank you. You're welcome.
And Esther Rogers asks, is there any courses or books you recommend for landscape painting, both digital and traditional?
For landscape, well, one of my favorite landscape books is by Scott Christensen. I just had it yesterday. The Art of Scott Christensen. Now this is traditional. He paints in oil.
Pull that. Show the cover one more time. Let me get a focus on there. I always forget this thing doesn't have on.
We get a glare on that. Scott Christensen. The Art of Scott Christensen. He actually has several books out. Every one of his books is good. He's a very loose. He's got a very loose approach to his painting, which I love. He doesn't, he just gets in there and gets it done. And I really recommend, if you don't know his work already, I really recommend it because it's just beautiful. Is that focused?
Let me get it. There we go.
Beautiful work.
And I got to sneeze.
Once again, nice.
Yeah.
But he comes at it from a very abstract approach, which I love. And here, what I'm trying to do is I want to keep my drawing loose and kind of just spontaneous.
Are you using custom brushes?
Yeah, this brush is from my my Pastel C from my original custom brush set.
Yes, how would a Disney animation be if it was based off on 2020?
Oh, horrible.
Hey, Detlef says, hey, Floridian friends, how are you all?
We are good, my friend. Stay thirsty, my friend.
Stay thirsty, my friend.
I want to push this and keep this simple, like that.
Francis Gagne. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Actually, because I want to do that, I want to keep the lines simple. I love these simple lines coming down. I think I'll just do
that. Francis Gagne asks, do you have a book from Heinrich Clay?
Yes, I do. One of my favorites. Do I have it right here available? No, probably not. Do I ever have my stuff available when I want it to be? No, usually not. No, I've got it. I don't have it out right now, but I've got several books by Heinrich Clay. Yes. There. So once again, we're just keeping the form simple, and I'm trying to find where those tensions are. So here, the fabric is sitting against the leg, therefore it's a nice simple line, and then the leg comes down like this. If I were to draw through, you'd see a calf coming down like this. If I were to draw through, this is what you'd see.
Can I base my character design on a celebrity? And when it comes to reference, what am I generally looking for exactly?
Well, it's reference is there to help you to draw the form of whatever it is that you're trying to draw. It's not meant to I don't use it as drawing exact. It's there as a suggestion. Other people will really take a lot of time in posing their reference and getting it all worked out. I personally don't do that. But it's there as a suggestion, because here I like to be able to come in and play with, some of these thrusts that I want to get. There's this general shape that I'm trying to get that's very, this kind of thing. That's very, a human form, very much human form. The torso, that torso break in the back, the curve of the back, even with all the clothing on. I want to get that simple shape in there. Twitch question. Hi, can you put the reference image up to the camera? So, I just went over that already. Nick says you can do more than one entry. Let me blow this one up. Did you hate that?
What? How you accidentally read the same question twice?
Yeah. So here, now I'm going to come in and just be a little more... Be a little more detailed with it. This is where I'm going to come in and tie it down.
For a few of the latecomers, what are some of your creative plans for 2021?
Well, Snow Bear. Snow Bear is a big one to get that done, and not done, but at least going. Hopefully done. We want to get another 8 to 10 courses done for the year. I'm hoping everything opens up again and we can get back to Africa.
That would be nice. Would you recommend using an iPad Pro over a Cintiq?
No. It depends on what your needs are. You know, if I'm working professionally every day at a desk, then I'm using my Cintiq no matter what. Because it's bigger, and I like bigger. Some people, but if you can't, if you can't swing having a big Cintiq, then yeah, then work on your iPad Pro. iPad Pro is great. I don't like the small workspace. If I don't have to work in it, then I don't want to work in it.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, eh?
How's it going, eh? How would you choose colors of the background to harmonize with the character colors?
A lot of times I'll look at complements, opposite colors. But you can also, it depends on what you're trying to do overall with the color in the image that you're doing. So you might want to use triadic colors. You might want to use complementary. You might want to use, a monochromatic palette. It's hard to say. Depends on what you're trying to get across.
Vedanta just entered the chat.
Hello, Vedanta.
Hello, V. Hello. Hi.
Having a little hard time getting a likeness today, but I'm trying to go kind of quick. But it's okay. No one's going to be sitting there comparing. Do you have the heat on? Yeah. Are you cold? Because it's roasting in here. It just keeps blowing hot air in here.
It's roasting. It's getting hot in here.
Are you familiar with Joe Weatherly? Yes, I am. I know him very well. I got his book for Christmas, and my drawings are much more loose and have more movement. I think it says more. Let me click on that. And have more movement. I asked for your books for my birthday. I'm so excited. Well, awesome. Yes, Joe Weatherly is a very cool dude. Great animal artist.
How can I remember anatomy and anatomical language when drawing from imagination?
You just do it a lot. Memory is built through repetition. That's how you do it. It doesn't feel like you can do it now just because you haven't done it enough. But you do it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it. That's how you do it. Gonna have a fire tonight, Dustin?
Ooh, that sounds nice.
We've been having fires, cooking out, not cooking out, but just sitting around and having nice little evenings.
Ooh.
It looks like it might be a nice cool evening tonight.
I think more than just a little cool. But definitely brisk.
There, see, and then I'll step back and just look at proportion. This one feels like we should have snow in it because of the stole.
Yeah.
I want to get this nice big, there's a big fold right here. I want this feel of all this form coming around in that fold. Feel that? Can you feel it?
I can feel it. It's cold. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, eh?
How's it going, eh? Please tell us more about the idea for the Draw a Pet challenge with Proco that came up. Whose idea was it?
It was Proco. Proco just asked me to be a judge on it. So that was all Proco. I'm actually really excited to do it. It's going to be fun. Y'all going to have a good time. What would you say to aspiring animators who want to get into the field? Well, you got to animate, that's for sure. And depending on what kind of animation you're doing, even if you want to be a CG animator, I would still try to work on your drawing skills, because no matter what, even if you are at CG, creating films is a visual medium, and so your language is visual, right? And so the more you can sketch something out to get across an idea, rather than trying to describe it with words, because that's not our language in this art form, the better off you are, because you can get your ideas across in a graphic, two-dimensional way. And so I've always thought of that, as an artist, my language is it's almost like sign language, right? Because it's got to come out of my hand, and I've got to get you to understand what it is that I have in my brain through pictures that I draw on the screen. And that is something that I would work on as an animator. Like I said, no matter if you're 2D or 3D. Even Steven Spielberg, who by no means is an artist, and obviously he's a film artist, but he sits down and he scribbles out storyboards for his movies. For E.T., he is famous for the little scribbles that he did for E.T. I think he did some for Jaws as well.
Really?
Yeah. So here, it's going to be nice and dark. We just have some tension folds that come this way. Figuring out folds and fabric, you want to think of a couple of different things. You want to think of what the fabric is made of, obviously. That's going to determine how those folds fall. If they fall loosely, big and clumpy, thin, that sort of thing. And then you want to think about what's going on under that fabric, right? What's going on underneath as far as anatomy and or whatever, you know, if it's a table sitting underneath a tablecloth, what's going on there? And then the tension, is it loose, is it tight? You know, those are the things you got to think about for your folds. And once you've got that kind of figured out, then it gives you enough information to start drawing it.
How do I overcome the fear of what people will say about my work, whether it's drawing or writing? I don't pretend to do anything professional with those. I just want to have fun, but the tension is still there.
I don't know why you worry about what other people think. Just don't. Don't worry about what other people think. You're not drawing for them, you're drawing for you. You know? They're not drawing. So what do they have, you know, what right do they have to say anything? So don't worry about what other people think or do or have to say. You're drawing for you. You're setting yourself up for a lot of hurt if you're looking for any kind of validation or anything like that when you're drawing. Because if you want people just to praise you, then don't ask them anything. They'll just come over and they'll praise you. You know, but if you ask people for their opinion, be prepared to have a critique. Be prepared to have people say, you know what, I think it may be better if you do this or this. And don't argue with them. You know, you got to sit and listen. That's how you learn.
Question. Dustin, did you take the picture of Titan with the butterfly on his nose? Am I wondering if I draw Titan with the butterfly on his nose? I'd love that picture. Who's Titan? I don't know who Titan is.
Well, obviously you didn't, so just say no.
No? I don't think I ever got any photos of anybody with a butterfly on the nose.
There we go. Drew her foot just a little too long. See, drawing that foot at this angle is a challenge, to say the least. There we go. There. It feels like it's twisted. Actually, it's got to be a little bigger. I'll fix that in a little bit. Let's get some color in there.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? I'm planning on entering the Proco Challenge, and you'll be judging, and I just got my dog on a great pose, but it's only the head. You'll judge it, anatomy, so would it be better to do a full body piece instead?
Yep. There you go. Full, all anatomy. Whoops.
Well, there you go.
I have the wrong color.
Did you save yet?
No.
The Doberman. Oh, Achilles?
What about Achilles?
Did I ever get a shot of Achilles with a flower on his nose? I don't think I ever did.
I don't think so. I don't remember. Maybe. Did you? Did you?
I don't think I have. Did you do an illustration with that?
I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe. I can't remember. I've done so many. I
can't remember either.
So here I want to make sure that I get nice simple shapes blocked in. So I'm just focusing on blocking it. James Cameron is actually quite a good visual artist, and he said it helps him communicate as a director. Well, that's actually James Cameron that's doing the drawings of what's her name in Titanic?
In Titanic?
Yes. Good call, Nick. That's absolutely true. Like I said, this is a visual medium, and because it is so, and that's one of the things I love about my old co-director slash producer, Chuck Williams. He knew that early on, and Chuck was never an artist by any means, as far as being a visual artist drawing. But he knew, he knew what we do is a visual medium, and he knew that is our language. And I swear, Chuck would sit in every meeting and just, as we would talk, and he would sit and he would draw and he would listen to what I would say about what I'm thinking about when I'm drawing. And I'll tell you what, Chuck is, he's the one that's done our courses on storytelling. And his drawing went through the roof. He really became a great communicator, I should say, in that way.
What breed is Achilles?
Mix.
Mix?
Don't know. He's just a mix. He's all mixed up.
I often have trouble finding people who give me criticism with more depth than it looks good or I don't really like it.
Well, sometimes people don't have the vocabulary to do it. You got to remember that.
Where can I find more useful criticism?
With other artists. So I wanted to show this one. This is one I did the other day of Vedanta. This is what I'm working towards today. So I wanted to end up looking like this. But this was a different outfit that I had her pose in. And I have really had a lot of fun with this. And once again, this one starts out with very simple blocked in shapes, and then we find the light and shadow and move through it that way. How would you add trailing breath in the cold air for this pose? I would do it with a soft brush, obviously. And I don't know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together, shall we?
Hello, Aaron and everybody.
Just blocking in. Sorry, go ahead, Dustin.
All right. Hello, Aaron and everybody.
Hello, how's it going?
How's it going? I just watched Wolfwalkers yesterday, and it is fantastic.
It is. I think they're gonna get the Oscar.
Wolfwalker.
Have you seen it yet, Dustin?
I have not. I still
You're
need to
such an
watch
idiot,
it.
man. Come on.
I know,
what's going on with you? Man, I raised an idiot.
Yeah, you're right.
I was watching the Goldbergs. You ever watch that show?
The Goldbergs.
Yeah, it's a show that takes place in the 80s.
Nope.
It's the family growing up. Oh my God, it's so funny. But the father's constantly, I raised an idiot.
I raised an idiot. The show I've been watching is the documentary series on Netflix called The Medal of Honor.
Oh yeah.
Man, it's such a good series. Great history.
So what I'm going to do now is take all these different layers of color that I've created and bring it all together in one layer.
Any suggestions on where to make a portfolio, like an app or a website?
No, I don't have any suggestions on that. Nick could probably have a better suggestions than me. But I don't have any suggestions for that because I don't know those sites very well. And back when I put portfolios together, there was no internet. We had to actually put a portfolio together.
I think the most talked, I've actually been thinking of making a website out of is Squarespace.
Yeah, Nick would have a better. Yeah, Squarespace is good, and that's perfect for the kind of thing you want to do, Dustin.
Yeah.
Nick, I know Nick would have a good suggestion on portfolio stuff. Nick used to teach portfolio at Ringling.
I saw a post from yours saying you had a small part in Wolfwalkers. What was it that exactly? I'm curious.
I just helped with some of the wolf designs, and I gave some lectures on wolf movement and anatomy. They used my anatomy courses to help them for drawing the wolves, just small stuff like that. I don't think it really wasn't that much. I went to Ireland and gave some lectures to the studio while they were working on the movie. Man, that movie was beautiful even back then. It just got more and more beautiful. Brilliant, brilliant animation. So what I'm doing is I'm working into the local color, just trying to get variations in the coloration of the fur, and then I'll add shadows. Do you offer a beginner's course? Do you offer a beginner's course? And what? We have all of our courses are pretty straightforward from, beginner to pro. I mean, it pretty much has all the information you need. I'm just not quite sure what you're asking as far as do I have a beginner's course. You got to be more specific. Tell me more.
More specific.
Ask me more.
I just had an idea for your drapery course. Clothing as it appears in zero gravity or underwater is billowing.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the things I did is I wanted an underwater feel. When I animated the Great Ancestor in Mulan, as a matter of fact, all the ancestors in Mulan, I wanted a very specific way for them to animate because I wanted it to feel very ghost-like. And so I imagined them as being underwater when I animated them. And so I made sure that the sleeves, the overlap in the sleeves and the hair, it never stops. It's always moving. And the way that I did that is I animated all of those parts on a completely different timing than I animated the bodies. So I timed everything very even on the sleeve. So if I brought my arm up quick, the sleeve would drag and then it would slow down. But it would just keep moving. And so I had this very kind of cool underwater feel. And how did I get on that subject?
Talking about the zero gravity.
Oh, zero gravity, yeah.
Yeah.
So, doing something like that would be cool. The zero gravity, I'm not sure how much you would ever need to draw something like that because, to be honest, you'd want to be drawing your clothing to make it feel like it's got gravity. To make it more. Most people are drawing their clothing, and they're drawing it to where it looks like it's just sitting there floating in zero gravity. So I'm going to be teaching you how to give it gravity.
But it's the idea of like what it would look like underwater or something.
Yeah, and I'll definitely be doing that. I'm going to be talking about wet clothing and how it adheres to the skin. So once again, I'm just doing local color, hitting the areas that are going to be a little more flush in the skin. Other areas that might be a little lighter in tone. When I applied to Disney Feature Animation 20 years ago, they told me not to draw from photographs. Blah, 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 blah. I gotta click on that. Not to draw from photographs in my portfolio. How do you suggest that I draw from photos without cheating? Well, you know, like I'm using photo reference right now. I do it all the time. One of the things, you know, they don't want young artists using photo reference because photos will lie. This is something that I always talk about. Photos, they don't tell the truth. You know, they flatten out the object and you lose the two-dimensional quality of what it is that you're drawing, and sometimes it'll flatten it out into a way that you can't really decipher the three-dimensionalness of it, if that makes sense. And so it gets kind of hard to decipher. And then you end up trying to make your own decision on it, and it looks weird, and everything just goes to disaster. It's a disaster. Now I want to put some designs in here. We'll do that in a little bit. You can, if you understand that anatomy well enough, you can get away with it. You can get away with drawing using photographs, but you're using it just for that purpose, for reference, right? And it'll be okay. Because you want to have it in your head.
Hey, Gabby's here says, is this still live?
YouTube question, have you ever used Procreate to draw? Well, let me tell you something. Have I ever used Procreate to draw? I've got a Procreate course on how to draw with Procreate.
In fact, it's one of the things that's on sale.
It's one of the courses that are on sale today.
This weekend.
Today, Junior. Today, Junior. Let's do this.
Gabby says, hi, guys.
Hey, Gabster. How are you?
The Gabster.
The Gabster. Gabberoni.
The Gabberoni.
Gabberoni. I like adding like little frilly designs like I'm doing here. And they're just like little squiggles and scribbles. You can just do that and it's a fake, but you can get away with it.
A couple of scribble scrabbles.
A little scribble scrabble. It just adds a little bit of interest in an area that might... You know, I've got all this big open area. So adding the design down there just balances out. It makes it feel a little more, I don't know, something native. Something, I don't know.
Hi, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Can we please get a glimpse of portfolios of the accepted candidates for your scholarship so that we may know what the bar is?
Yes, we can probably do something like that. We'll pull a select... let me talk to Nick about that. Yeah, we'll pull something together. That's a really good question. Very much.
Gabby says, Aaron, I love this change up. Clothes and fabric and such. Awesome.
Well, I wanted to prove that I could draw stuff other than animals. Everybody thinks I only draw animals.
Well, that's all you draw, right?
Yeah. All right, so what do we got here? We got fabric. We're gonna add. I'm gonna bake that right in there. Combine those layers. All right, let's add a layer on top of that, and we're gonna go Control, click on it, and it gives me the option to create a clipping mask. And I'm gonna go multiply, and within multiply, we're gonna start creating some shadows. Multiply. Y'all ready for this? All right, here we go. Here we go. So I'm just quickly going to start. I'm thinking about the light coming in from the left. It was fairly diffused lighting when I photographed Vedanta. Diffused meaning the light was coming from all over. It's a cloudy day and you don't have super direct lighting. I want to put a little bit more direct lighting in here than there really was. So I'm going to push the shadows a bit. And I'm imagining like this stole is casting a shadow onto the arm. As the arm comes out from underneath, it's in shadow, but then as it comes out, it emerges and you see more of it. This all is going to be, that's going to be there, shadow. But then this is all in shadow here, very deeply in shadow, because that stole is casting the shadow. And then each of these wrinkles, we get this all in shadow. Shadow. Shadow.
Shadow. I joined a little late. May I ask what or who you're drawing?
I am drawing the lovely Vedanta Sproston, my girlfriend.
I'm not a what? I'm a who?
And we are drawing fabric, figure drawing, but with an emphasis on costumes. That's what a new course I've got coming up. And I wanted to give you just a little taste of doing that today. Oh, and I want to, when I get into the fabric, I want to go cooler on the shadows.
Aaron loves to draw lions and tigers and Vedanta. Oh my.
So you want to get, I want to get subtle in here, but not too harsh. I'm getting a little harsh in there.
Anatomically, is a woman and a man's face all that different?
Yes, obviously. I mean, there's places, there's certain face types where you can, it's hard to tell the difference without social incarnations like makeup and things like that. But yes, women tend to have a smoother jawline. Men tend to have a sharper jawline, heavier brows. Men tend to have heavier brows. You know, things like that. Now, obviously, every rule is meant to be broken, and it's not universal across the board. But these are general things that you look at. In the same way that men and women have different body types, they'll have different faces as well.
Gabby says, "Whoa, hey Aaron, I like that. I like the shirt you're wearing. Very beachy."
Well, thank you. This is my brand new Territory Ahead shirt that I just got.
Territory Ahead.
Territory Ahead. I used to wear Territory Ahead all the time. And then I just, I haven't bought it in years. And I thought, hey, I'm going to buy me a Territory Ahead shirt. And it fits just wunderbar.
Are you inventing the clothing or are you using reference of any kind?
I'm using reference.
Reference.
But I'm making up a lot of stuff along the way, too. I want this dress to have a little kind of a wrinkly feel to it. Create these shadows.
And speaking of shadows, for the shadows, you're using the same color but on multiply, right?
Not necessarily the same color, but I am, like, I'm using, in the dress, I'm using a cool shadow, and then on the skin and in the stole, I'm using a cool version of that warm color. If that makes sense. So I want to get back into the stole up here. Stole my heart. Oh my god, I hate me. All right, so there's a little shadow going across the chin from the stole.
During the new course, will Aaron explain how to draw meat sticks and flesh paddles?
Why, yes, good sir. So I'm constantly increasing the size of the brush, shrinking the brush. I keep my finger on my left and right bracket That's the shortcut for making the brush smaller or larger. Left bracket makes it smaller, right bracket makes it bigger. And it's a nice way of just quickly going through. The other thing I'll do is I'm going to change up brushes. So let's say I go to, I like for stuff like this, my dry brush. The dry brush gives a nice kind of rough feel. So when I get into drawing with the on top of all of this with more opaque colors, I'll use the dry brush for that, and I'll have a really nice kind of, you can see the dry brush effect. It'll have a nice little dry brush, furry kind of feel.
Did somebody ask Aaron this year about the time he met Walt Disney?
About the time he met Walt Disney. Let me tell you about the time.
Let me tell you something.
Can you do a tutorial on how to make TV paintbrushes? I don't even know how to make. I forget. I think I. Nick, did we show how to make TV paintbrushes in our tutorial? I can't remember if I taught that. I haven't done it in years, so I gotta reteach myself actually. All right, so I gotta go soft on this, on the face. Whoa, easy, easy.
Easy there,
That was a little harsh.
Mind if I grab a soda water?
Go for it. Grab another one for me while you're at it. So here we go. I'm just adding, I want to get a little bit more direct shadow. We're going to keep this all fairly simple anyway, because the emphasis is really on the fabric and how fabric works. Tend to get a little dark in there, you know, around the eyes. And we'll get a little dark under here.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
There. There. Very quick and simple. Just getting shadows down. I want to get the eye color, her eye color in there now. Now that we've got her, let's give her some. I want to give her some green eyes, the hazel eyes.
Santa brought me a Wacom Intuos Pro, and I'm learning how to use it. But I'm used to turning my paper as I draw, and the tablet doesn't accommodate that. Any tips how to adjust from paper to a tablet?
Yeah, turn your tablet. No, it's you gotta get used to it. It's a whole other medium, right? It's a whole other medium.
But isn't there a key binding that allows you to rotate the image?
Not on a tablet.
Not on the Wacom. Oh, the Intuos Pro.
Yeah, it's a it's not the screen.
Oh, not the screen.
Not the screen, man.
Yeah, at that point, yeah, I just gotta get the hang of it.
There we go. There we go. Okay, let's do another layer there. We're gonna set that one to overlay. Just go overlay. Wait, I like shadow on her. The shadows on her face are horrible. I'm gonna fix those in a little bit. Let's do some highlights now. So I've just got this set to overlay, and it'll lighten up the area just slightly on really direct. Arg. There we go. There. And I want to push the curve of her bum there. Nope, don't want that color. I want nice warm yellow. There we go. Have you planned to do any traditional painting streams soon? You know what? Yes, I got to get in there and do more of those. I will do some more traditional painting streams, I promise. I know I haven't done any in a while. I've actually been getting the bug to do it. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, you get kitten.
Bum, 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 bum.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, what's going on?
What's the best music concert you ever been to?
Best concert I ever went to. Santana was pretty darn cool. The Who was awesome.
That was fun. I remember that one. Was I there for Carlos Santana? I don't think I was.
I don't think you were. I've seen a lot. You know, I know people slam him and think he's old. You know, but you know, I'm a guy from the '80s, so Phil Collins was awesome.
Yeah.
Phil Collins put on a great show.
Yeah, I'll never forget the when he sang "In the Air Tonight."
Yeah.
The way that he performed that opening. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you know, when I was a kid, one of the first concerts I went to, and I think it's one of my favorites just because it was one of my first, and it's corny, but it was awesome. Was Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis.
I need a new drug. And Back in Time. Back in Time.
Gotta get back in time.
Yeah. He was awesome. It was so much fun. And you know who opened for him was Robert Cray. And Robert Cray is one of my favorite blues artists.
Robert Cray.
He did Strong Persuader. That was the year Strong Persuader came out. That was 1985. Or 86, maybe. Aerosmith was good. Saw Foo Fighters open for the Chili Peppers. And the Chili Peppers, man, they just phoned it in. Foo Fighters killed it. I love Dave Grohl. The guy's super cool, super nice. He's putting beauty back into the world. I love the guy.
Didn't we go to a Ricky Martin concert one time?
Man, not with me. You didn't. You probably did with your mom when Austin was into all that stuff, all those
That's
bands.
probably what it was.
And I think
Remember
you had
the
to,
Hanson concert?
Yeah, you had to go to Hanson, and I ended up taking you home. You want to go home? Yes, I want to go home. We both hated that. That was horrible.
We were both just like, get us out of here.
You want to go home? Yes. Come on, boy. I'll take you home.
Hey, Aaron, love your art and you inspire me. I was wondering if you've ever been to Sweden.
I have gotten as close to Sweden as Denmark. That's as close as I've gotten.
I would love to visit Denmark. Do you like South Park?
Yes, I love South Park. So now I'm going to just draw over the tops of some of these in opaque. And I'm going to push some of these folds. You know, folds have a highlight. They've got shadow. And in order to get that form, you got to find where those highlights fall.
Taylor Guerrero says, my favorite concerts were Fleetwood Mac and Aerosmith.
Yeah, I remember I went to see Aerosmith, had a great time. And this was right about the time we were all having kids. So two of our friends that were there, she had just had a new baby, and it was like her third. And so we're all there watching Aerosmith, dancing up in our chairs. You know, we're up in the balcony seats. And I look over, Sandy was her name, and Sandy's asleep. She was exhausted. Poor thing. Asleep at an Aerosmith concert. So you can see by just hitting a few highlights here, you can really emphasize that fabric. I can get some subtle little tension. Little bits like that, you know, just get nice little subtle thingamahoppers.
Think of a hop
Thingamahoppers.
Think of a hop.
And here I'm just getting little highlights in the folds of the.
Hey, Uncle Travis is here.
Kind of silky. Hey, Uncle Travis.
Says, good morning, my beautiful family.
We're doing more folds today, Uncle Travis. I like to jump around. Jump around! Jump around!
Jump, 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 jump.
I'm going to use my dry brush again, like I was telling you earlier. I'm not going to use my fur brushes because I'm waiting for that question. Are you going to use fur brushes on there? Nope, not today. I'm going to just do it with dry brushes.
Are you going to use fur brushes?
What I'm trying to do is really kind of break up the hard line, and it gives you the illusion of fur.
It's an illusion.
It's a maneuver. Have you planned to do any traditional? I thought I did that one. Which is better, Cal Arts or Ringling? They're both overpriced. I don't recommend colleges anymore. I think colleges are way overpriced. And your loyalties will get stomped on sometimes. So I keep it to myself now. But I got to say, you know, I loved Ringling when I went there. But over the years, you know, when I went to Ringling, granted, this was 35 years ago, so I understand. But still, it was only $8,000 a year. Now it's, I don't know what it is, 50-something thousand a year. Something insane. And, you know, there's a lot of great content you can get online.
Was she dreaming on at the Aerosmith concert?
Yeah.
Dream on.
Yeah, very good.
Did they play that song?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Of course. But of course.
the crowd must have went nuts when he hit that high note.
Oh yeah.
Everyone asks if Aaron ever met Walt Disney, but nobody asked Dustin if he ever met him. I was too young for that.
So just going in and hitting some of these little areas to fluff them out.
I'm learning TV Paint, and besides the video you have on YouTube, do you have additional videos on your site?
No, those are the ones I have on YouTube. There's like 4 of them, where I'm specifically teaching TV Paint. Those are the only ones I have.
Do you plan on making any more?
Not in the near future, no. But we will down the road, as I'm making Snow Bear, which we're going to be doing, and I'll be using TV Paint. I will be doing it that way. I'll be putting more TV Paint videos out there because we're going to document the entire making of Snow Bear. And not just that, when we're done with it, we're going to be turning it into a course on how to create your own animated short. It's going to be pretty darn cool. I love these dry brushes. Feels nice and furry.
In Star Wars, Walt Disney would be Dustin's dad? No.
What?
No. Dad would be my dad. Dad would be Vader, and I would be Luke. See, well, Disney would be Emperor Palpatine. If we're going down that road.
Hey, as long as we're going down that road, hey kid.
Hey kid, if they were worried about your hair, we'd be in big trouble.
Hey kid.
Hey kid.
There we go. Just keep working it, and you can see those folds. I want to get nice and dark in here, but with the dry brush. Hey kid, this looks terrible.
Is the documented class of Snow Bear going to come out this next year?
I'm not. I can neither confirm nor deny.
I can confirm nor deny.
I've been on Snow Bear for 4 years. I keep putting Snow Bear aside because I got to do other projects. We have every intention of getting Snow Bear, if not done this year, very close to being done. With that being said, I can't anticipate what's going to pop up during the year that's going to sidetrack us again and pull us onto something else. But I have every intention of getting Snow Bear out the door.
Like when we first started, like, yeah, we're going to get Snow Bear done by the end of the year. 2 years later.
Yeah, 4 years later now.
Has it been 4 years?
Yep.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I get sidetracked under other projects.
Dude, did you really think of Snow Bear like around the time that I first started?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Let's put some color behind her. Let's do some like nice cold colors.
Oh, Disney's shouting at Dustin, "What are you doing?" Dustin, "I was just drinking some blue milk." Well, Disney, that was my paint water. Now, yeah, just cut Walt Disney out and just put Dad in there. Put, Aaron in there.
Get a little sweeping feel to the background here.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Is there a specific course
Actually, I want to go the other way. Sorry. Go ahead.
Is there a specific course like the ones on sale I have to purchase to get your brush set?
No, you can purchase the brushes on their own.
Yeah, just go onto the website.
Go into the brush section of the website, and you can purchase the brushes on their own.
There you go. What classes are coming out next year?
Well, we've got several. A couple we can't announce yet because we don't have the deal made with the artists that are teaching them, but we got some really good artists. Just got to tell you.
I even got one on the way too.
Yep, Dustin's got one.
Yeah, you got a couple, including the one we're kind of demonstrating right now.
Yeah, we got this one coming out. So we got quite a few good ones coming out. Probably about eight or 10 if we can get them all done.
15 courses later.
Yeah. I'll change that background hue. There's the green, there's the blue. There we go. Something like that. There we go. That face, I gotta get her face a little less rough.
A little less rough.
Less rough. Rough. All right, so let's put a layer on top. Oops, cancel. Let's go up on top again.
Blaine Fox says, "Hey, Aaron Blaise.
Hey, how's it going?
You are one of my top inspirations.
Thank you.
Your class of drawing bears helped me so much with my book projects. So as an illustrator, thank you for what you give back to your community."
Thank you for saying so. Thanks, Nick.
Snow Bear will be Aaron's unfinished symphony.
I hope not.
And with that, I'm all out of questions. Oh dear.
And the heat's on again. We gotta turn that heat off. It's back on again. It just turned off just now. There we go. We're in Florida.
Coming in?
So we in Florida, we don't need all that much heat.
You've already got the heat.
So what I want to do here is just, oh, that's too much light color. Just don't like that really harsh doggone it. The harsh dark line for the nose here, so I'm trying to work around that.
Here's a question.
Okay.
What does it feel like for you to share your live stream with us every week?
I love it. I look forward to it.
It's fun.
It is fun. It's a way for me to see if I know what I actually know. If I can explain, if that makes sense. When I sit down and explain it, it tells me if I've got a good handle on what it is that I'm trying to teach, which I like. That lighting is just completely screwed up. There. I'm gonna do like a little reflected rim light. Along here.
How do you know what liberties to take as the artist from your model to bring that life and dynamic composition to your piece?
I get an idea. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
For instance, the expression on the face, the hair swinging around the shoulder.
I think about the action that's going on in the piece, and I think about what I want to push and how I want to push it, and those are the things that I push towards. If that makes sense. Whoa, that eraser's big.
What would we do without Aaron's live streams? Draw?
Just adding this little bit of reflected light, or rim lighting, not reflected light. Just going to add a little bit of drama to the piece.
Oh my god, so much drama.
This is it's struggling with this a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm just going to sit and relax.
Just relax, stay calm. Everybody stay calm!
Almost there.
Almost there.
Just hitting some of the hotter areas of that light to make it feel a little better. There, that feels a little better there. I want to get into that nostril.
It's a peaceful few hours to escape from the rest of the world. This live stream.
I hope so. Because Lord knows there's a lot of crap going on out there.
Oh, there has been. Already. Yay! Sometimes I struggle with the pose ideas for my figures. Any ideas?
Well, sometimes you might want to just try photographing yourself in a pose, or find someone that you can pose yourself. You can pose them, and photograph them, and that might help sometimes. We used to do that, when we were doing animation. at Disney for movies, a lot of times we couldn't figure out how we wanted to animate something, so we'd have our friends act it out, and that would give us ideas for our actual animation. Boy, that's not a good looking.
Everything all right?
Well, I'm just struggling a little bit. You know, sometimes you struggle.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I think there's my issue right here. Not getting the feel of the light hitting the eyelids. Plus, I want to get a little brighter in some of these areas.
One last thing, then sign it. Ta-da!
Oh, I'm not there yet.
Nowhere near there yet.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Still got a long way to go.
We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound now. Watch your bandit run. Name that movie.
Smokey and the Bandit?
Come on, man. You got it.
I did?
Yeah.
That's fine. I never watched the movie, but I know the songs.
We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound now. Watch your bandit run.
Eastbound down.
Load 'em up and truckin'. We gonna do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi.
Does your new art book have only full illustrations, or does it also have a how-to with steps of some illustrations?
We're talking about putting some how-to steps in there. We are talking about doing that. Faux show.
Faux show. Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, eh?
What is the name of the brush you did the highlights with just now? I have bought your brush set, but sometimes
Pastel C, number 7.
Pastel C number 7. I find it hard to figure out when to use which pastel brush. Lots of love from the Netherlands.
Just experiment. That's my recommendation. Just experiment with it and see what you come up with. So, you know, because a lot of times, you know, what works for me is not necessarily going to be perfect for you guys.
You know what would help? The world's hottest potato chip. How about no? Hey, it is Dustin's job to sing and entertain us. Aaron, Aaron, do the thing and paint. He's already doing the thing.
I am doing the thing, and I am painting.
My job ain't to sing, it's to relay questions. So give me some questions, because I'm out.
Aaron, do you have any tips on drawing clothes? I'm kind of struggling with it. Obviously, you came in late. So, yes, this the whole point of today is to just kind of promote the idea that I'm coming out with a course on how to draw clothes. The biggest thing that's going to help you is do something like I did today. I went out, grabbed my camera, and I photographed my girlfriend Vedanta in an outfit, and I'm using that as my reference today as I draw for you guys. Now, I will get more specific so you can draw stuff out of your head in my course. And I'm going to talk about folds, the different types of folds, tension folds, accordion folds, all these different types of folds that you'll encounter as an artist and how they apply to your costuming. This is all going to be an emphasis on costumes.
Dustin, when is your course coming out? I'm not entirely sure. Still in the planning stage, and need to figure out when and how to film it. So could be a couple of months, maybe, or sooner. I hope.
That sounds about right.
Could you do a go through the books on the shelf behind you video someday?
Yes.
That sounds like a fun idea.
It's really fun to watch Aaron work in the bottom corner of the screen. Oh, okay. I thought you were kidding, but no, I forgot that you actually do have a picture of me.
Yep.
In the bottom corner of the screen. I thought they were being sarcastic because I'm drawing really small down the corner of the screen.
Yeah, like you used to with the webcam here.
Yeah.
Will there be any other challenges coming up besides Proco's challenge?
If that's something you guys are into, we can do it.
Will you do a gouache course in the next months?
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do one on acrylic, but I'll definitely do one on gouache as well.
Gouache.
Yeah, I gotta bone up a little bit better on gouache because I haven't done my gouache in a while. I love gouache.
Squash the gouache.
Squash the gouache.
Over the last year, I've rewatched and re-listened to so many wonderful things because of Aaron and Dustin discussing them. That's like a nervous laugh, like.
Yeah.
Erica Bay is here. It's asking.
Erica Bay.
Erica Bay. Anyone have the link to details of Proco's challenge?
I think Nick might put it up.
Nick, do the thing.
What's your resolution or DPI do you use when you're starting a painting in Photoshop? I keep it at 300. 300 DPI. And this image right here is 18 by 24 inches. At 300 DPI.
Angela Pinnell says, "Hey, Aaron. I just want to thank you for suggesting a Wacom Cintiq tablet last spring when I asked you on one of your live feeds.
Thank you for being a friend.
I bought a 27-inch, and it has helped me soar in my illustration work.
Telling you, get the right tool for the right job. That's the way to do it. I'll always preach that.
Thank you for all you do, and I often send people to your site when I get asked about courses."
Well, thank you for doing that.
Mary Hobbins asks, I'm changing it a little bit. I really would
You all
like
right there, Dustin?
Yeah, just
you
you know how
you get a little mumbly?
well, you know how when the chat keeps going down, going down,
and you can't keep up with it.
Yeah. Well, I was about to read the question, but then it went, no, you're going to go all the way down to the very bottom. You're going to lose what you're trying to read. But I really would like to see a colored pencil course.
Oh, we can do that. Well, I didn't know you meant that. Yeah, we can do that.
You can do that. Of course you can do that. Why not?
That's all I used to do is colored pencil when I was a teenager in my early 20s. I did tons of colored pencil. That'd be fun to kind of go back and revisit that.
I think I used a bit of colored pencil growing up as well. I can't quite remember that.
Let's see if we can make this feel more sandy. And the way you make something feel more satiny is you just push those highlights even more. Go more reflective.
Thank you for being afraid. I want to be a friend. You want to be my friend? Oh, how about a self-portrait challenge?
Hey, that's a cool idea.
I like that.
Does that look right if I do that? Try to get... No, it doesn't. Not at all. Not even remotely.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Are you out of your mind?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Sounds so down. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, hit the small button.
It's a small what?
I said I hit the small button.
Got any new questions up there?
I don't.
Darn.
I think everyone's gotten bored.
Huh?
They've gotten bored. They've jumped ship.
No, everyone's still here. Just, I think everyone's already asked all their other questions.
See now. I'm just. Oh my gosh! I gotta fix that.
What are you trying to fix?
Oh my gosh!
What are you trying to fix?
Oh my gosh!
What are you trying to fix?
The drawing.
What about it?
The drawing layer.
Oh, the drawing layer? What happened to it?
It just looks like, you know, that stuff.
I don't know what stuff you're talking about. I don't speak your language of art.
All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna take her. I'm gonna put her all in a folder. I'm gonna repeat that folder.
Aaron.
And I'm gonna merge that folder.
Do you have any funny stories from a lecture or an event? Could you share one?
I don't really have funny. I don't know if I have funny stories.
From any lecture or event, like any workshop or anything funny?
No, not really. One of the funny things, I used to sit. Bob Walker was my co-director. I think I've told this story before, but doggone it. Okay, there. Bob Walker was my co-director. We're very close. He was the first guy I ever met at Disney. He was like a brother to me, and unfortunately, he passed away about 4 years ago, and I really miss him a lot. But he. We always called him Silverback because he was just like the dominant male. He only used about 800 words a week. We always used to say, and then what he said, he didn't have to say it again. I said what I said, and blah blah blah. And so he got the nickname Silverback because he was just the dominant male, right? And but he was sort of like an animal. He would just chew on stuff all the time. And he used to chew on Sharpies, the pens.
Oh, really?
And he was chewing on one time, and I hear it. We're talking about something up on the storyboard, and I could hear him behind me, just like here's a Sharpie. You can hear him just.
Just.
That's what you'd hear all day. It's him chewing. And I hear this. I hear. I turn around and the Sharpie exploded in his mouth. It exploded in his mouth, and he just had ink all over it. He goes, he's got it like all over it. He goes, "Do I have ink on me?" And it was everywhere. And he's just going, because his tongue was black. His mouth was so funny.
No.
He just goes, ugh.
I got ink on me. I bet you were like, yeah, you kind of do.
It was really funny.
Oh, God.
I loved it. But that was Bob. Oh, Bobby. Silverback.
If you would magically wake up in an anthropomorphic animation, or animation, what animal would you be?
Pushing this blue a little more.
Like Zootopia. Like, what animal do you think you would be?
A hippo. I'd definitely be a hippo.
I was thinking a bear.
Oh yeah, okay, a bear. I'll go with bear. Just adding a little color in these overlay. The overlay mode.
I know a lot of us struggle with this. How do you know when a picture is finished?
When I feel like it's finished. I know that's just, I don't know how to explain it other than that. It's just a feel. And like I'm getting close on this one. There's going to be a few things I do to it. Like it's all the little details that make it sing. Like this little, like what I'm going to do here, by getting these little bits of like texture in the fur to get it to pop away from the rest of the character here.
If you had to lose one of the five senses, which one would it be?
My sense of smell. That would be it. I'd have to be that. Or maybe my ESP.
ESP?
My extra sense perception. My extra sense perception. Extrasensory perception. My extrasensory perception.
I think I would sacrifice the.
I'd sacrifice you.
Okay, guess I'll just leave it. I think I would sacrifice touch.
Oh, touch, yeah. But then, you're not burning your hands off or something. You got to have that.
No, I still got the smell, so I can. If I smell bacon, then I know what's going on.
If you smell bacon, you know your hands are cooking.
Yeah. Something's burning.
Never being able to feel anything physically. I don't know, man.
I like to see things. I like to hear things. I like smells. I like tasting food.
Nick says seeing dead people gets really old. He'd give up his sixth sense.
Here's a question. How do you strike the balance between an art style that is realistic, that follows the rules of light and physics, and a style that is more symbolic of the objects portrayed?
That's your own personal style. That's something you have to define on your own. Really.
What's your favorite piece of art you've ever created?
I don't have one.
You gotta have at least one.
No, I don't. I draw so much. That's like saying, what's the favorite word you've ever said? Really, because I draw so much, and I've drawn all my life. I've definitely have drawings that I like as I create them in paintings, but I've literally done hundreds of thousands of drawings in my life, and there's no way I could pick a favorite.
I would say my favorite of yours was the painting. It was the African elephant painting.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that one.
How long did it take you to paint that one?
A month.
considering your size, that's not bad.
Yeah.
It was
all
pretty,
right.
It was pretty good size.
Right. I'm doing a rush, you know.
But yeah, when it comes to one of my photos, I think the baby gator on the mom gator's tail is probably one of my top favorites.
Yeah, that was a good one.
My sister said she watched Brother Bear like 50,000 times.
What? Oh, that was a comment?
Yeah, that was a comment. Matthew Natal says my sister had said she watched Brother Bear like 50,000 times.
50,000.
50,000.
1,000.
That sounds quite nice.
That sounds like a lot there, buddy.
How about doing a course about how to draw Disney characters with different poses?
No, I can't do that. Disney characters are copyrighted. I can't do that, unfortunately. But I can show you how to draw cartoon characters in different poses, and then you can apply that to Disney characters if you want.
Whatever happened to the beautiful drawing that the cat pooped on?
Oh, it's in the trash.
It's gone. I remember that was a fun day.
Oh, I know.
I smell poop.
That wasn't.
It's not down here.
I smell. Yeah.
I love how the moment I said I don't smell it down here, you immediately knew. Oh no.
Yeah, I knew exactly where it was.
And you looked up there. Sure enough. Huh? What's the best way to clean the oil paint out of the brushes without having to use thinner? I don't want to use so much.
That's the only way you do it.
I don't want to use so much harsh chemicals if I don't have to.
Yeah, but the oil paint is a harsh chemical to begin with. It's got harsh chemicals in it. Then don't use oil paint, because the only way you can clean your brush with oil paint is with turpentine or an equivalent. There are oil paint alternatives, but I don't recommend those. That's not really oil paint, in my opinion.
I love the stories you tell about your office pranks. Using us and I as body shields when we were babies.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Baby's coming through! During rubber band fights.
A rubber band man.
Rubber band man. I remember my enjoyment of working a digital domain with you, and our form of rubber band fights was with Nerf guns.
Yep.
Those were always fun.
They were.
And it was usually majority of us ambushing one person, like somebody that quote unquote deserves it, but it's very like simple stuff like, oh, forget, like coming in late one day, or you know, something very simple.
I got one here real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey Aaron, any tips on starting digital for the first time? It's sometimes overwhelming and I struggle with figuring out where is it? There we go. Struggle with figuring out all the different aspects of it. Well, you want to approach it very, very simply. That's what I do with my drawing. I approach digital painting very much like my traditional painting. And so, you know, I think, okay, I got to start with a drawing, and now I got to put some color in that drawing. Now I got to think about shadows, and that, you know, and I work at it that way. And it tends to help to be able to do that. So if you think about it as just a little piece at a time, that might help you out. Well, that face isn't great, but hey, what the hey.
Yeah, I think when it came to the Nerf battles, I think we only had like one real battle, and and it was the 3D depth crew versus the VFX crew. Right, right in their office because we tried ambushing them, but they figured out what we were doing, and so they were ready when we came, and yeah, it turned to a full-on skirmish.
You're a full-on skirmish.
Your face is a full-on skirmish.
You're right. I know. All right. You know what it needs? It needs some snow.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
A little bit of and a little bit of Let me see. Oh, you know what it needs also? I think it needs some designs on the dress.
Do you think you have an art style?
People tell me I do. I just draw like me. But people tell me I have an art style. Sure.
I think it's kind of the same way of how when a person talks, other people will say to them like, "Oh, you got a really interesting accent," but the person is like, "I have an accent."
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
there's truth
it's
to
kind
that.
of it's kind of the same deal. Like to other people, you have an accent, but to you yourself, you don't have an accent because you're just talking the way you normally talk.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way drawing is.
Yeah. What's your drawing accent? Hey, that's a good way of putting it. Now, because I put this little frilly design on a different level,
On a whole
level, I can do this. I can go in and go, okay, I'm going to put a layer on top of that, and I'm going to make it a clipping mask. Oops, hitting the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. Clipping mask, and I'm going to set it to overlay. Now I'm going to come up here and get really hot with that.
Hot.
So it's only going to draw where I created. Look, I can make it really kind of brighter there now. Actually, I want it hotter than that. There we go. There. So that gets bright there, and bright over here, where we get reflected light. And then I can create another layer and set that one to multiply. And we'll come down in here. And I can go, okay, let's get darker in here. Push that back into the shadows. So now our little design on the dress feels like it's part of the dress. So now let's, I'm going to go in behind here. I'm going to grab my, which one is it? This one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to get, yeah.
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 Oh yeah, sure.
Make a little bit of snow. Look at that. Ooh.
Snow.
No effort whatsoever.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
A little bit of snow.
Where do you recommend to go, whether if it's physically or online, to learn how to sell your art, build relationships with galleries, or simply learn the business side of being an artist?
Oh, that I don't know where to go for that. That's that in itself is that's a lifetime career. I mean, you're really going to learn. First of all, ethics. The first thing I always push on people is do the right thing, do good by your business. Let me do this here too. And but the whole business of art and everything is a whole I wish they taught it in school, actually. They don't really teach it enough in school.
We can make a course on it.
It'd be a tough one. But it's a good idea. That, my friend, is a good idea.
That, my friend, is a good idea.
An idea, as my dad would say. Hey, that's a good idea.
Hey, good idea. Will you draw a shadow on the ground?
That's what I'm doing right now. Moon shadow, moon shadow.
Shadow on the ground. There's a shadow on the ground.
Aaron, what do you think of Don Bluth as a person and animator? Have you ever met him? And would you ever make an animated movie with him? No, I have never met Don Bluth. Therefore, I don't know what to say about him personally, even though, even if I did know him personally, I wouldn't say one thing or the other. But I do know that I love his animation. I think he's brilliant. You know what I don't like? I think it's the blackness of her eyes. I think that's what's bugging me. Let's get some color in there.
Make him pure white. Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, E?
How's it going, E? I'm finally upgrading to tablets with screens and was thinking about the Wacom Cintiq 16 drawing tablet, which is around $600. But it's not 4K. Any recommendations?
I don't think you need it to be 4K. If it's in the right price range for you, I think it's fine. Because it's still you're drawing small enough, it'll feel like it's 4K. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Marnberger asks, which Bancroft brother is your favorite?
Moon shadow, moon shadow.
Erica Bay says, I almost said Erica Blay. Yeah, Erica Bay says, Don Bluth is really nice. I've done a couple of workshops with him.
Oh, that's cool. Never met him.
Never met the guy.
Never met the guy.
I've heard good things about him.
I know John Pomeroy very well, who used to work with him very closely.
How do you really know when to stop working on an illustration? Like, when is it finished? How can you tell?
When I've hit all the aspects that I want to hit. Like right now, I'm trying to just want to get texture in the background. I want it to feel kind of snowy. I want the areas of contrast to pop out where I want them to pop. So I'm darkening behind the head a little bit, darkening by her butt a little bit. I'm using a textured brush. That'll help me do all that.
Matt Yoakum says, howdy, y'all.
Hey! How's it going, E?
How's it going, E? How about Ronnie coming back and playing acoustic guitar while Aaron draws?
That'd be cool.
That sounds like a fun time right there.
That'd be cool. Alright. Gonna hit some of these lighter areas. Oops, that's the wrong spot. Yeah, I'm just finishing up using my little texture brush here.
Then your one more little thing.
I haven't quite hit the one more little thing yet.
Can you ruin a piece by working on it too much?
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Oh yeah, sure. It's quite common there, don't you know?
Oh, Nick is reminding me that Ringling actually has a business of art major. I forgot about that.
They what?
They have a business of art major.
Oh. Here's a course idea. How to develop family folklore into an animated short.
That's a cool idea.
It's pretty cool.
Buddy.
It's pretty cool there, but yes, Ronnie Reimer is a different Ronnie, not talking about not talking about you, unfortunately. Did I hurt my name? Did I miss anything? Oh, okay, different Ronnie, I guess. We're talking about Ronnie Wilford.
Nope, that was a bad move. Sometimes you go, nope.
Sometimes you go, whoopsie daisy. This is where I parked my car.
Well, anyway, there you go. There's a... Oh, we gotta have snow in the front of her.
Oh, there's the one more thing.
But there is our drawing for the day of talking about fabric and folds and costumes. We're going to be doing this in our next course.
Oh, there's one more thing you forgot. Besides the snow.
Signing it?
Signing it.
Yeah, no, I was going to do that.
And also, did you save?
No, I haven't.
Just watch we end up getting a power outage like right now.
There. In the snow. I love that brush. A little textured snow brush.
I just picture in my head, like, during the summer or something as storms are coming through, doing a live stream. Like, did you save? No, I haven't saved yet. I'm just going to be fine. Immediately power goes out.
Yeah.
Mandy Lee says, you guys are awesome. Thanks for answering my questions. I'm feeling super inspired.
Good. Go and draw some folds. Take a picture of somebody. Take a picture of yourself. Take a picture of your parents. And draw them. And focus on the folds. That's the fun stuff. I always love doing these types of things. Remember, you can let me turn these off right here.
And Francis Gagne says, book is pre-ordered.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Remember, start out with doing some drawing like this. Just look at the big shapes. And look at the big abstract shapes of what the clothing is doing. And then you can add, you know, your heads and hands and all that kind of stuff. Because it becomes very... what did I miss here? Oh, I got to turn all these on. There we go.
There you go. There we go.
And then you can add to it. But, it, you know, think about what's happening under the form as well. You know, and here I was trying to find that booty a little bit.
Booty.
The booty.
The booty. A little bit of the booty.
Here's the... There we go. So you can see I pushed the lighting on the skirt and then on the blue. I want to push that feel. So feel free to do that as well. Add designs like I did. You know, all these are things that you have the artistic license to do. Okay? And so, you know, just because it's not in the photograph doesn't mean you can't draw it or paint it. You know, you can do anything you want with it. So there's that. And then here's the other one we did, which is a little more successful, I think. But I think they go well together. Those two right there. All right, Dale?
Yeah, I can see the left photo being like a summer or
yeah,
summer or fall. Then obviously the one on the right is winter.
Well, I like the dynamics of the one on the left a little better. Just the gestural, the movement of it and everything. I feel like it came out a little stronger. But I like this one too. I had fun with it, and I like being able to push it the way we did. So remember, this weekend we've got our course, our two courses, how to paint in Photoshop and how to paint in Procreate. Those are both 50% off this weekend. So go check that out. That's quite a bit of money off. I'm really happy with the courses. I'm very proud of them. We always work hard on making our courses as with as much information as possible. And then also, if you're interested in getting my first book, we've been getting requests for me to do a book for a long time, and Nick and I decided 2021 is going to be the year we do it. And so there is The Art of Aaron Blaise, which is going to be my big coffee table book, with quite a few hundred photos in there. We're not sure how many, but we're still in the development stage of it, but it's going to be a really good book. And then 100 drawings by Aaron Blaise, which is going to be just that. It's going to be 100 of my sketchbook drawings that we're going to pick from, and we're going to throw them in there. I'm also going to do probably 20 or 30 new ones as well that you haven't seen yet, just for the book. So those are the two books that are for sale. So go to creatureartteacher.com and you can get the information there. And let's come back to the images again, Dustin. So once again, we're going to be doing a course on figure drawing, specifically with costumes. And I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of lecturing within the course on folds and fabric and types of fabric and all that sort of thing. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed today, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Don't watch the news. We've had enough of the news. Go out and have fun. Just have some fun at a safe distance.
Safe distance.
Yes, at a safe distance. And wear your mask. So until then, I hope you guys had a great day. Take what you've learned. Go do some painting. Draw some fabric. Put some beauty back into the world. Be nice to somebody. And I'll talk to you next week. Thanks. Bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Glad you guys enjoyed this stream. And if you guys are interested in any wildlife photography, for you guys, any new folks out there, you can check out my Instagram at Dustin_Blaise. I do post new photos out there. And also on creatureartteacher.com, you can also find photo reference bundles that I have on there of Florida wildlife, from gators to otters to different kinds of birds, including sandhill cranes and great blue herons, all sorts of birds. So be sure to go over there, check those out. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next week. And until then, Cowboy Bebop. Later.